while we're getting started, I'm going to start with a prayer as I usually do, and then I'll just start the healing and everybody will receive some energy. Hi, Iris. Good to see you. Divine Infinite Spirit, thank you for being with us, for being one with us, for flowing through us and all around us. We ask that we are clear, centered, grounded, balanced, aligned, and filled with light, love, peace, and joy. We ask for the help of the ascended beings, the masters, the guides, the angels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Ariel, Ezekiel, Metatron, Azrael, Ezekiel, Sinshel, Zakiel, Master Christ, Master Buddha, all light beings who wish to participate, including any councils, advisors, and we ask that each soul receives everything they need, all that is in their best interest at this moment in time. And I'm gonna ask that anyone who wants to add someone in to receive healing, that they let me know. We'll start with Wendy Wisner.
I had two people that just got out of surgery, Melissa and my dad.
Jane.
My sister and my brother-in-law is in a lot of pain, and my twin brother is having a struggle too.
Douglas.
Madeline, she wasn't feeling well today.
Rodrigo.
My son, Adrian.
Neil.
My upstairs neighbor, Beth.
Alice.
My patients and everyone with promised prayers or intended prayers.
I couldn't quite hear you, dear.
All of my patients and everyone with promised prayers or intended prayers.
Barb.
Me, I had surgery this morning.
Oh, bless your heart.
Well, thanks. I got the hardware taken out. It's been a year
That's good.
from an accident. Thank you. And Molly, who's seeing a neurologist, she's having all kinds of problems.
Sorry to hear that. Wendy.
I would like to put my mom in, Vera Bowman.
And Joe.
Betty and Virginia and Zen.
Elizabeth.
Daniele, Christopher, Michael, Bentley, Nola, and Cassidy.
Reese,
Jana, Kevin, and Donna.
Michelle,
Eric, the Will family, and the Porter family, and Ermi.
is that Ermi there?
Yes, he made the grand appearance.
Matt, do you have anyone?
I'll second that.
Teresa,
Allison, Mike, Pat, Carl, Casey, and Jean. Thank you.
Iris,
Familie Mante und Familie McRae.
Anastasia,
Hi, Sophie, my aunts Ludmila and Vera and Yevgeny. Thank you.
Donna,
Darren and her family, and Danielle. Thank you.
Karen,
My dog, Molly. Thanks.
Ralph, can't hear you, Ralph.
Michael, Sophie, Nancy, and Sarah Fine. Thank you.
Christine,
Yes, I would like to include my mom, my dad, my grandmother, Cricket, and McKinley, and myself. Thank you. And everyone here tonight. Thank you.
Jennifer,
My mother, Marianne, and my father, John. Thank you.
James, James, do you have anyone you'd like to add into the healing?
Wanda, he's muted.
Okay. Can someone unmute him? Or tell him what to do? In the meantime, the call in at 202. I can't quite read it. 236-6071. Okay. Well, we'll
Wanda?
go from there.
This is Denise, and I would like to add my sister-in-law, Kathy Landers. She's got terminal cancer.
All right, great. Glad to help.
And Wanda, I'd like, may I add my dog, Kalea?
Of course.
And her puppy, Kona. Thank you.
All right, we'll get started. So there's
Wanda, you're muted all of a sudden. Can't hear you. Thank you.
Wanda, you're on mute.
okay. Am I there? All right. I feel energy going to intestines and hearts, livers, pancreases, joints, feet. Someone has some varicose veins. There are people who have depression and anxiety. So the energy is going into these people's feet and is working on sorting through the bones, ligaments, and tendons. into some lower backs and hips, spines, helping to alleviate a sense of frustration that is affecting some people's spines and lower back. Is there someone having some conflict with some family members? There feel like several of them who have some dissatisfaction with their family members right now. This too is frustrating. And it's working to alleviate concerns. For some, it's children. For some, it's elders in the family. For some, it's siblings. Go out. And again, a sense of frustration clearing. Along with some anxiety. And a feeling of being beat up by outside forces. Unable to get to where you need to be because of outside forces. So not feeling your strength. Not feeling strong and powerful and able to get what you need. There are clearings out the back of all of the chakras for everyone. Looks like smoke rising up out of everybody. And from the throat, because it's never anyone's real truth that they cannot get what they need. Because the real truth is that we all can accomplish what we need to accomplish in life. We were born with what we need to do that. Sorry, my kitty is going crazy over there. Blow out. Working to release anyone's sense of guilt or feeling of incompetence around any issue. Working to have emotional freedom from the past. And with that, internal organs begin to clear. Because that's where emotional issues tend to settle. Any anger, any pain. Again, more frustration leaving. It's working on immune systems and autoimmune disorders such as arthritis. viral redness in the body. Blow out. It's also working to help you find the love that you feel you're missing. Blow out. And blow. And that seems to be almost everybody. Regardless of the fact that we all have all the divine love all the time. Many of us don't feel like we get it on an everyday, more personal basis. And it's clearing this concept to help make room for more receiving, more engaging, more ability to connect, more ability to take it in wherever it comes from. Blow out. There is a spiraling energy coming in, particularly into the third chakra, working on our self-concept, our ability to feel safe in the world, and to feel less need because we feel more complete within ourselves, more steady and reliable to our own self, more there. Blow. It's working on people with diabetes, with pre-diabetes, with kidneys that don't work quite as well anymore, and speeding up metabolic process, making it more thorough, more complete, and using our proteins better in our body to rebuild better tissue, healthier tissues, wherever we need them. Blow out. And working on our mental faculties. Some of us are having some cloudiness in our thinking, not feeling pulled together. Some are having some difficulty remembering. And some feel like they've lost some of their edge mentally, like they can't think as fast as they used to. Some sharpness. Blow out. And it's working on those of us who feel like we need to be perfect when we do not need to be that, because we are perfect to be ourselves, perfect to fulfill our destiny, perfect to be the great person that we are, and perfect to become everything we need to become this lifetime. All of us have that built into us. And we can be sure that that's where we'll go. We get there because that's the route that's been put into us for our lives. And we will walk down it one way or another. Sometimes pushed into it, sometimes stumbling upon it, sometimes just having an instinct for it and walking down the road without a care in the world, knowing that whatever's happening to us will ultimately get us to the right place at the right time. All in good order. Blow out. And there is repair in some intestines. Some work on the blood vessels to hearts. And a release of tension out of the jaws for many of you. Especially those of you who feel pressured. And in fact, a buildup of that sense of pressure is like a safety valve. We're gonna open the valve and it's gonna shoot out. There you go. And blow. Release from the ears, a lot of work being done in sinuses. Allergy. And for some of you, the allergy affects your intestines. Your esophagus. There are some of you who have acid that backs up into your esophagus. It's working on cooling that off and repairing the internal structure and cooling what needs to be cooled off. Blow out. There's a lot of soothing of the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestines. There's work on the valves of the intestines. There's work being done on all the fluid systems in the body. So for some of you, that means returning fluid back up your body. For some of you, it means lymph. There's some work on blood pressure. The cardiovascular system. For calming and soothing heartbeat. Blow out. There's work between the shoulders and the muscles that are in the upper back, around the ribs, blow. And an opening up beginning in the root. Being able to plant your feet in the here and now without loss to the past or loss to the future of energy, but standing here and now, strong, vital, unafraid, self-possessed, engaged fully in being. And being able to achieve a sense of accomplishment and self-determination. Blow out. There is a lovely wash of energy that soothes and comforts, and is coming also with an energy like mother's milk to feed and nurture. For those of us who never felt properly fed or nurtured enough, who are still hungry, like little baby birds with our mouths hanging open, waiting to be fed. And all that milky goodness comes down us. Begins to spread through our body. Our cells are bathed. And for some of us, the glucose in our body is better distributed into the cells. For those of us still in mourning, there is a sense of our loved ones being near, of knowing they're never far away, that they know you, they sense you, they walk with you through life, and you're never alone. For some of you, that means past dogs and cats. That are with you now. Some of you even have past plants and trees visiting you and sharing their energy with you. Ones you've known before. And I can smell roses and lavender. And somebody really likes some hydrangea bushes. Blow out. So a deep green energy runs through your bodies. You are infused with chlorophyll. And this causes switches to turn in. turn on inside of you to help you better process sunshine and water and the foods you take in. And enhance your cells' capability of being energy collectors and distributors, little chakras. And some of you may begin to feel your cells wanting to rotate. As they do, there is a distribution of energy from each cell and a stirring of particles, particulate matter. And your frequency begins to change. Rising up as one cell creates little tide pools that go and activate another cell and activate another cell, and it all spreads. Flow, and your chakras begin to respond, your larger chakras. As your chakras respond, your subtle bodies begin to respond. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. That's a harder one for some of you. Sixth, your aura expands. You connect outside yourself into your higher realms of consciousness and begin to pull universal, high quality energy through your body. The chakras over your breast begin to rotate at your hips. And they unify and work together to cause a cross current of energy from shoulder to hip on the opposite side, shoulder to hip, creating a crossover effect. And then an infinity loop. Which begins to pull more energy up your body. And you may see red in a good way. Invigoration. And that creates more clarity. The ability to see out of your eyes better. Feel more with your skin. Sense more with your aura. Smell more easily. Taste better. I guess that's in case anybody licks you. Pull out. Your hearing becomes more acute. blow. And blow. And there is being created a sense of urgency in your cells to live fully, use themselves fully. And I can feel the vibration in your DNA shifting so that you express more cleanly the best parts of you, your highest and best traits, the parts of yourself you like the best. And that are the most healthy. Reversing some aging process. It's also working on some disc and spines that are becoming degenerative. Trying to build a little more cartilage, a little more space. You will stretch out. Blow out. And it works in the crown energy, connecting you better to all those reasons that you came to the earth this time. To give, to receive, to feel like a complete being standing here, unafraid to take up space, unafraid to move, to walk, to give, to be open. Unafraid to share the planet with everyone who's on it. Everyone. Every being, everywhere. None of whom can cause you harm because your soul is not able to be violated. Even if you think it can be. And waves of what felt like old harm that you have clung to as a reason for your existence are able to begin to melt off of you. Hurt is never the reason you exist. The reason we all exist is to learn to love life in all of its manifestations. the planet, the ground we walk on, the people who live next door to us, the people who live down the street, those people who hold office, even if they're not the ones we voted for. Blow out. Honoring the light in everyone and in everything, all creatures, great and small. Blow out. Working on becoming more conscious, more aware of all things, of the soul of your cat, of the soul of an ant, or a tree frog, or a tadpole, or the little rat that lives out in the garden, feeling it, sensing it, loving it, honoring it as life and part of the divine, as the divine manifest. Just as you are. Blow out. And there is renewal. It's working on someone's wrist, on several people's skin, and the tendency to have rashes and little breakouts. Someone with eczema or psoriasis, whose skin gets flaky, little bumps under the skin that itch. On allergies to metals. And it feels like there is someone who tends to pull all the energy out of batteries. So working helping you just draw energy from the giant battery that is the universe, so you don't kill your watches or other things around you. Blow out. To be recharged by the inflow and outflow of energy to and from your core to your aura, to beyond your aura, and the inflow in of all that is good. Knowing that your vibration will filter out any vibration that isn't good for you, and therefore open to receive everything you need. Blow out. Ears clearing, nostrils clearing, eyes changing the shape of some eyeballs. Intuition becoming clearer, thinking becoming clearer and easier to do. Synapses becoming stronger and rerouting some synapses that are stuck in pain loops. So all they allow through is pain. Rather than the alleviation thereof. And discharging discomfort out of the body. Making all of us a little bit smarter. Like raising your IQ a little bit. Your ability to process information quickly, rapidly, to derive all the meaning for it, to analyze it in a moment, and spit it back out, well thought out and put together. And training the heart to speak through the throat without complaint. That's not to say that you could not stand up for yourself or request what you want. It does mean not having so many complaints that you're holding against other people that you can never find happiness. because it's not their job to make you happy. It's your job to make you happy. Blow out. Being able to find a situation you do not like and walk away. Are to hold your space in such a way that anything else doesn't affect you. That you remain strong, sturdy, well preserved, and the dominant influence in your own aura. Which is your universe. Clearing the communication system in the aura so that all parts of you come online and can do their job. All of your consciousness working together as one. Fully informed, fully capable, ready to go, happy to be. Fully alive. And fully documented. And by that, I mean knowing your own coding, what it is, how you want it to read, and recoding yourself till you get the results that you like. Blow out. Never criticizing yourself. But constantly upgrading your code in response to the living. Little updates along the way. New apps. Blow out. Sorry, I can't turn it off. My boy is calling me. My almost 50-year-old boy is calling me. My little son, who's 6 feet. Blow out. and blow. There is also a shift that has to do with allowing more creativity, creative solutions, taking that image that's in your soul of a talent you came in with. For some, it's a paintbrush. For some, it's a musical note. For some, it's clay. For some, it's flowers or colors or fabric. And being able to imprint upon it your soul's imprint. So that your soul is presented to anyone who wants to see it in a way that impresses on the souls of others. Leaves an imprint of who you are in their consciousness. And they recognize a part of themselves from that imprint, because we're all human. We all feel, and we all know. And we are all becoming together. And sometimes that piece of creativity will invoke understanding and compassion, or a moment of connection in someone else. Blow out. And putting down roots with it. Being led by our own artistry. As a provider of soul experience. Communion. Moments in time of understanding that bridges gaps in communication. For this is in many of you to do. Blow. We can all feed each other in so many different ways that is easy and forthcoming. And provide sustenance to grow on. Some do it with writing. Some do it by speaking and saying things in an artistic manner that evokes emotion, community, soulfulness. Blow out. And blow. You are equalizing your energy above and below the waist, from side to side. Your aura is communicating between the layers of consciousness, providing input into you from all your places where you process information, all the levels in which you exist as an information processing machine. The lights are coming on throughout your aura, just lighting up. You look like you have Christmas tree lights. You've been decorated for Christmas. And all of your chakras are conversing with each other, aligning, attuning to each other, and harmonizing. You're singing a precision tune. You have engaged 360 levels of consciousness. A few of you up to 1,000 levels of consciousness. And for some of you, to that place where there is no distrust ever, just certainty. Or the more certain you are about life and love, the easier it becomes. The more grounded and rooted in it you are. And the more it all goes well. Go out. Then your sacral and cervicothoracic distributors are beginning to work at full capacity, distributing light into bands of color and vibration. All of your chakras coloring up even more. And every color in the rainbow shooting out of you. So that you could make anything. Causing manifestation to be more accessible and sustainable. Less lag time. And that's feeling complete to me. How do you all feel? Good deal. Barb, you sure you're okay? Can't hear you, dear. Couldn't hear you.
I just had a miracle happen.
Oh, good.
And it's not my leg, it was my mother. It was amazing.
How did that happen and what did she do?
My mom has always been distant and very hurtful. And the last maybe 2 weeks ago, I started wearing some of her jewelry to invite her in. And shortly before she died, she looked at me and she said, "I don't even know you." So I just today had the realization that she's also keeping the distance on the other side. So I invited to come tonight. And I felt her love and her mother's milk that you brought up just pouring into my leg. It was an opportunity for her to show me that she loved me.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you
Sure.
for sharing that with us. And thank you to all of those who sent messages. Appreciate it. And it's good to see all of you. I guess we have to say a prayer. Does anyone want to volunteer to say the exit prayer? Rodrigo, you want to volunteer? I'll appoint you to volunteer. It's okay.
Yes. We thank the light beings, the blessed ones, the saints, the angels, the archangels, and all the forms of light that have been with us tonight. We thank Wanda for her intervention, for her healing, for her compassion that has gone to all of our hearts and has healed so many things in all of us. We ask that this light that she's brought in be anchored within us become part of our energy system now and forever. Thank you.
Blessed be. Love you all.